Hello and very good day. My name is Amar and I'm going to present on importance of being punctual. Let's start with one scenario. Person A said, I am sorry, I am late. I was stuck in traffic. Person B replied, no kidding, cause I chatted plane to get here. Okay, from this scenario, I am so tempted to respond this way to every person A who has been notoriously late to a meeting with me and arrived blurting out this ridiculous excuse. They may be friends, family, guests, co-worker, clients or perfect strangers. It matters a little who they are because tardy is a serious lack of respect. Am I the only one left who feel this way about punctuality and tardiness? Please say it isn't so. Has our culture written off the importance of being punctual as insignificant and inconsequential? Can we not have confidence enough to politely ask that people do us the courtesy to simply be on time? Can we not have enough respect for the other person's time and effort to show up at the hour that we said we would? Are we really that incapable of handling ourselves and managing our time as adults with all gadgets of technology known to man? Okay, the direct truth on what it really means to be late. Let me dispel a few preconceived notions about being late. This quiet truth deserves a voice and it rarely gets heard. Being late does not make you an important or special person. Whoever you are doesn't reserve you to be right to be late. Being late once or twice in your life may be unavoidable, but being late consistently makes you unreliable. Being late says you clearly do not respect the other person's time, only yours. It's going to affect your boss' impression of you and damage your upward mobility at the company. Being late also consistently implies you are rude and lack all consideration and respect for the other person as well as for the commitment you made. Your apologies for being late, however profuse and sincere, do not excuse the tardy. I am not saying not to apologize, I am saying not to be late. Your reason for being late insult the other person's intelligence. Let's state the obvious here. Emergencies are exempt from the list above. Emergency, however, is defined as an unavoidable and uncontrollable situation which put you in a position that make it impossible to comply with your original plan because something more important has arisen at the last minute. But I'm going to give you a few examples of what is not an emergency. You spill coffee on yourself on your way out of the door. That's your children making you late for whatever reason. You have an argument with your spouse, your partner, your neighbor, and then you are late. You forget altogether about the appointment and are embarrassingly late. Lastly, you are stuck in unavoidable traffic or reroute due to construction roads. Okay, the last one is my pet peeve. Calculating the distance between 2 points takes simple thinking. The two tools you need are access to Google and a device that tells times. If you have never traveled that road and are not familiar with traffic pattern, give yourself at least 15 extra minutes on top of what Google Maps or your GPS dictates. Traffic is not a new phenomenon in our life. You can manage extremely well with minimal planning. Traffic does not control you, excuse you, make you late or hold you back. You do. Be smart, be responsible and plan around it. But someday life has other plans and hand you a real emergency, such as your punctual train or public transportation is delayed because of unforeseen circumstances, you have an accident or a punctured tire while in transit, you became ill and unable to go to meeting, in which case you will be a no-show, not just late. Someone you care for becomes ill and needs your help. May none of this real emergency ever detain you. May you be healthy and outside the emergency zone at all times. But if they do, please immediately contact the other person and let them know. Communication is consideration when emergencies arise. Next, I'm going to talk about why it pays on being punctual. You show respect for the person in your life. You respect enough to keep your word. You prove that you can be trustworthy. You are appreciated for being on time. Next, you are regarded as a reliable person. You are seen as professional. You are taken seriously on your word, and you build a strong reputation for your character. And next, you open door and attract more opportunities to yourself. You eliminate stress from your life by removing the anxiety of being late. You do the right thing and feel good about it. Listen, being late is not in your DNA. It's not something you inherit from your family. It's not a characteristic trait. It's just a good habit, and like all habits, it can be broken or preserved. It is a matter of personal choice and priority, make the right one every time. The real problem with being constantly late is that it makes you stressed and anxious. Why add this pressure to your life when you can live with inner peace? There is a better way to live than chasing the clock every day from too many commitments, too much activity, and too many promises. So I put together a short guide for you if you find yourself constantly late, and this tip may help heal your tardiness. Okay, first, simplify your life by thinking about why you are doing something before committing. Give yourself more wiggle room in between appointments. Next, be aware of your body rhythm. If you are not a morning person, don't keep making morning appointments. Stop thinking of yourself as a perpetually late person. You can change your habit if you so decide. Next, aim to rise 10 minutes early for every appointment for a week. Apologize if you are late and ask if there is anything you can do to make it up to the other person. Next, celebrate your success when you have been on time for 3 times in a row, then repeat for 3 times. With these actionable tips, you may find it easier to develop your own punctuality even for the first time in your life. You are not afflicted with tardiness. Your mind has the power to train and become the most punctual person you ever know. That's all. Thank you.